International attention has this week been on movement diseases, including Parkinson's disease, related neurodegenerative and neurodevelopmental disorders and abnormalities in muscle tone and control. Tuesday, particularly, was marked as the first World Movement Disorders Day to create awareness of movement diseases. The disorders associated with moving the body are harder to diagnose and are not easily detected by healthcare practitioners. The International Parkinson and Movement Disorder Society initiated the hashtag Move Disorder across social media platforms, drawing attention to the movement around the world. Patients who experience difficulties with motor and muscle controls are advised to visit neurologists.
All right, for a closer look at disorder diseases, let's bring in Dr. Nkechi Obianozie, consultant neurologist at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital. Good to see you, ma'am.
Thank you.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
You know, it's the first time we're hearing about this movement diseases. It will be nice to understand exactly what it is and, you know, the extent of it. How serious, really?
Well, the truth is that especially Parkinson's disease is becoming almost like a pandemic. We're having more and more people coming down with slowness in movement and some tremor that we diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. And that's kind of what we're trying to highlight, the fact that it's becoming more and more common, and then people need to be able to know they can seek care and be able to get proper diagnosis and be able to get proper management with a neurologist.
Yeah, but when you say it's becoming very common, almost a pandemic, exactly where are we talking about now? Is it Nigeria, Africa, worldwide?
Yes.
Wow. And the situation in Nigeria, very worrisome, you would say, because we just saw statistics of new infections of HIV/AIDS in Nigeria, 15 to 24, and the percentage is about 45 or so percent. That's quite alarming. So what figure are you looking at here?
Well, to have exact figures about how common Parkinson's is or all these movement disorders are, it's difficult really to get like a definite range because it's such a wide range of different disorders of movement. But on the whole, let's say in a neurology clinic on a day-to-day practice, it would probably be movement disorders would maybe be about the fourth most common. So stroke, epilepsy, all those other ones are maybe a bit more common. But they are common and they do occur, and we're seeing more and more of it. And as people are also becoming more aware, they're presenting to the hospital earlier. So maybe we will have better statistics as time goes on as to the exact incidence and prevalence of Parkinson's and other movement disorders in our environment.
What are the early signs? Number one, I mean, are there predisposing factors like age, lifestyle?
That's the prevalent disorders now. Are they more in children or, elderly, you know, the elderly or, you know, the middle age?
Are there genetic factors that will predispose you to?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do have certain factors like genetics. So if you have a relative that has Parkinson's disease, therefore, I mean, it's going to be, you have like an increased chance of having it. Some of the other movement disorders don't have as much genetic basis, but as to the exact cause of some of them, we are not really sure, but a lot of them, some have like genetics associations and then associations with age. So Parkinson's disease is commoner as you get older, especially those above 65. But we're seeing that almost 25% of Parkinson's patients are below 65. So we have younger and younger people coming up with slowness in movement, which is one of the characteristic features of Parkinson's. Then essential tremor, I'm sure you've seen some people whose hands shake. They just tell you, oh, it's because of age that their hands shake, you know. So it definitely, there's so many risk factors. Some people say, studies have also shown that things like coffee consumption is protective. Cigarette smoking, quite contrary, is even protective for Parkinson's disease, at least. Yes. Well, it's quite funny, yes.
I don't take coffee, no alcohol, so I should go grab. Okay, I'll try.
You see, some of these things, I think the dietitians would have to come in, but I don't know how a dietitian is going to come in here when it comes to what you're saying now. we're not advertising cigarettes or telling you that cigarette is good.
Absolutely
but this is
not.
coming from a neurologist to say, hey, this could
Well,
just
let's not
help.
stress
Really?
that point yet. Let's get to the, the issues of management, for example. How important is it to, present quickly or, visit your
Treated or managed
doctor
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's one of the things we want to highlight by this day. We wanted to bring out how important it is for people to be able to seek care amongst specialists, because there are things that are available. We know how to manage these. We may not cure them, but we have ways to manage them. We have medications that are available. We also wanted to raise awareness amongst the public and possibly amongst the government to make some of these medications more available for our treatments. We use a lot of levodopa for our patients with Parkinson's, and a lot of them have problems actually accessing the medication. So there are also other treatments like physiotherapy. So it's like a multidisciplinary approach. We want our patients to realize that there is a place where they can have people that understand these diseases, know how to modulate the medication at different times so that they live the best life that they can.
And it is possible.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
I'm looking at, the age brackets which you've mentioned, and they're looking at some other conditions. Take, for example, the people with where you have the XY chromosome not breaking, with Downs, for example,
Down syndrome, okay.
They suffer this too. So how do you manage such a complex situation? Speech could be a problem, sight, then coming to have Parkinson to it, it's a whole lot of complex
so
situation
when they're
for them.
underlying
Yes. Because
situations,
movement disorders, I'm so happy you mentioned that,
Yeah.
can come on their own as just, maybe essential tremor, or they can be part of a syndrome, like as you mentioned, Down syndrome, or as a complication of an injury at birth, like cerebral palsy. They can now end up with some sort of spastic, you see some of them in some funny
Spasm,
yes. So that's why we are also trying to raise awareness about the fact that it's like a multidisciplinary approach. It's not just a neurologist. They're also pediatric neurologists. They're physiotherapists. They're people speech and language therapists.
Wow.
All these
Do
people
we have
come
them
together.
in our hospitals?
Yes, we do.
Oh, really?
I'm proud to say that we do have all these things available.
That's
because
good to know. But I'd like you to stress that point, that government really needs to come in terms
absolutely.
of partnership, ensuring that the
Medications are available and the rest.
and people can have access to this,
Yes,
treatments.
that's it. That's why we're here, we're talking about it. The more we talk about it, the more we hope that we'll have more and more resources allocated to this very important group of neurological diseases that causes so much distress and morbidity, sickness amongst people who could actually be contributing to the society.
Right.
All right, we cannot but
Great job.
wish you and your people, all the enablements to get all the necessary attentions, particularly
Absolutely.
from government and spirited Nigerians,
So
to
November
want to help.
29 of every year
Is now
Movement Disorder
Yes.
Day.
movement disorder.
Yesterday was the first, and
Yeah.
we chose it because one of the fathers of neurology, Jean-Marie Charcot, that's his birthday. So he's a
Okay.
French anatomist, neurologist. He was born on this day. So yesterday is the first ever worldwide. So we've had these movements all over the world. We've been hashtagging move disorder, raising awareness about this very, complex, difficult to diagnose group of diseases.
I'm sure the UN
you.
and WHO would be looking into that to make it a universal celebration. Thanks so very much, Dr. Nkechi Obianozie. She's a neurologist, right, with the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.